Good day, everyone. Good day, sir. And good day, classmates. Nakapaniud to na ba ang tanan? Alright, very good. So how are you? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you excited? Are you angry? Or are you hungry? Which is which? Alright, so that's great to hear. Before we dive into our lesson, let's start with a quick and fun activity to wake up our brains. So this game is very simple and it is entitled Aligned or Not. Okay, the thing is, I will give you a scenario and you will identify if it is aligned or not. Are you ready? Good. So this is the first scenario. Our goal is to make a tasty sandwich. Our activity will be watching a 1-minute video, and the assessment would be describing if the sandwich is tasty or describe a tasty sandwich. So is it aligned or it is not? Which is which? All right, let's see if your answers are correct. Very good. This is not a line. Why? Because the learning outcome and the activity don't match. Next, our goal is to make a tasty sandwich. Our activity is you need to follow the step-by-step recipe and assemble. And the assessment would be taste and presentation check. Is it aligned or not? Which is which? Okay, let's see. Very good. This is aligned because the goal, the activity, and the assessment truly match. And now, I assume that everyone here already had an idea what will be our topic for today, right? Okay, so our topic for today is all about aligning learning outcomes, instruction, and assessment, or in short, constructive alignment. And allow me to introduce myself. I am Jael Halbenedito, and together with Sir Victor Dapor, we will be presenting to you, or we will be discussing to you the alignment of learning outcomes, activities, and assessment, or the constructive alignment in short. With that, here are our learning objectives. So by the end of this session, everyone must be able to first define and explain the principle of constructive alignment. Second, identify the relationships among learning outcomes, instructional strategies, and assessment methods. And the last one is you need to apply alignment principles in designing a short lesson segment or lesson plan. So, alright, are you ready to learn? Thumbs up if you do. Okay, I love the spirit. So, let's sit, listen, and participate. And let's begin our journey with what is constructive alignment? Anyone? What is constructive alignment? Okay, let's see. According to Biggs and Tang, in constructive alignment, we systematically align the teaching and learning activities and also the assessment task to the intended learning outcomes according to the learning activities required in the outcomes. So basically, everyone, constructive alignment was introduced by Biggs. It is an instructional design framework that ensures that all components of teaching, which involves the learning outcomes, the learning activities, and assessment tasks, work together in a coherent system. And let us all remember that constructive alignment is based on two principles. So what do you think are these principles? Anyone? Alright, so the first principle is the constructivism. The constructivism, it is where students actively construct meaning through relevant learning experiences. And the second principle is the alignment, in which teaching methods and assessment tasks are deliberately aligned to achieve the intended learning outcomes. So in other words, the teacher clearly states what students are expected to learn, designs activities that allow them to practice and build that learning, and also that teacher assesses them using tasks that measure exactly what the outcome require. So nasabtan ra? Okay, thumbs up if nakasabot ra. Okay, very good. Next, what are the core elements of constructive alignment? So what is constructive alignment looks like, or what do constructive alignment looks like? Okay, let's see. So constructive alignment has the following components. So we have the intended learning outcome, the instruction, and the assessment, of course. So first, we will talk about the intended learning outcomes. So the intended learning outcomes describes the knowledge, the skills, and the attitudes that students should have after completing a learning activity. So basically, mao ni siya ang expectations nga mahitabo. So, human sa klase, dapat unsa may nakatunan sa student. Unsa man nga skills, nga attitude ang dapat makatunan sa student inig kahuman ani nga session. So basically, mao ni ang statements nga nag-describe what learners should be able to do. What learners should be able to express through measurable action verbs by or from Bloom's taxonomy. So unsa man atong hinumduman aning intended learning outcomes? So ang intended learning outcomes dapat observable, dapat measurable. So also, it must focus on what the learner will do, not what the teacher will cover. So dapat student-centered. Ang student ang mupakita. Ang student ang mo-express. Sila'y magpakita sa ilang nakatunan. Sila'y magpakita sa ilang nahibaw-an. So dapat sila ang atong gi-expect nila. Nasabtan? And also, let us always remember na ang intended learning outcomes must include level, condition, criterion, if possible. So, dapat na atay klaro nga expectation, specific, dapat smart, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound, o smart na, time-bound. So, dapat naatay expectation. For example, given a set of data, students will analyze and interpret trends with 80% accuracy. Ing ana ka specific kung pila ka percent, pila ka ang dapat natong expect. So, sa atong students. So, dapat by the end sa lesson, mauni sa 30 out of 40 students or 35 out of 40 students na comply or iyang nakuha or na-show niya ang dapat niya nga i-show. Nasabtan? Next element. We have here the instruction or mauni siya ang teaching and learning activities. So, what is instruction? So it is the action, the practice or profession of teaching. Sorry. So it is based on the Merriam-Webster dictionary. So basically, the instruction are activities that enable students to construct the required knowledge, skills. So example, lecture, guided practice, labs, fieldwork, problem-based learning, discussion, or simulations. So, unsa man jud ni si instruction? So, instruction siya ang mag-provide og opportunities nga ma-practice sa mga bata ang exact kinds of thinking or doing required by the intended learning outcomes. So, pinaagi ni si instruction mahibaw-an niya or ma-practice niya unsaon man pagkabot atong mga intended learning outcomes, unsaon man pagpakita atong nga skill, unsaon man pag-comply atong nga mga expectations, unsaon pag-reach atong nga mga expectations. Nasabtan ba? Oh, very good. And next, the last element is the assessment. So kinsa man sad ni si assessment? Si assessment, according to the Cambridge Dictionary, it is the process of testing and making of judgment about someone's knowledge, ability, skills, and etc. Or the judgment that is made. So, kinsa man jud si assessment. So, authentic tasks that directly measure the ILOs. So, sa unsa nga paagi? So, it could be through projects, performances, portfolios, exams, or practical demonstrations. So, unsaon man nato pagkahibalo ang mga bata nakatun? Unsaon man nato pagkahibalo nga ang mga bata kamao? Pinaagi sa pag-assess sa dapat sakto nga assessment tool sad. So kay authentic assessment man dapat nagamit tayo rubrics nga naay criteria para ma-map nato ang outcomes. So assessment is transparent and valid. So dapat atong assessment valid para mahibaw-an sa mga bata giunsa man nato pag grade ang ilang nga learnings. Giunsa man nato pag judge nga nakatun sila inana. Giunsa nato pag-assess nga ang ilang nakatunan ilang na-learn. So, okay ra ba na?
Thank you so much, Ma'am Lihito. And to continue our lesson or discussion, let's proceed to how to apply the constructive alignment. In applying a constructive alignment, we have the 3 steps. For the step 1, formulate a clear intended learning outcomes. And step 2, design a teaching and learning strategies. And step 3, develop aligned assessment tests. So we have the sample lesson with constructive alignment. And for our topic, respiratory system. And for the intended learning outcomes, we have number one, describe the structure and function of the respiratory system. And for the teaching and learning activities, we have interactive and lecture using PowerPoint and visuals. Students identify and discuss function of each organ. And for the assessment test, written quiz on respiratory organs and functions. And for the number two, unintended learning outcomes, illustrate the pathway of air during respiration. And for the teaching and learning activities, group activity tracing and labeling airflow using human body diagram. And for the assessment test, group diagram output submitting for checking. And for number three, differentiate between inhalation and exhalation. And for the teaching and learning activities, conduct a hands-on experiment using a plastic bottle and balloon lung model to observe air movement. And for the assessment test, oral explanation and written test item comparing inhalation and exhalation. And for the intended learning outcomes for number four, explain the importance of respiratory health and teaching and learning activities, group discussion, and case study on respiratory diseases, example asthma and pneumonia. And for the assessment test, short written reflection paragraph and respiratory health. And lastly, for number five, for intended learning outcomes, demonstrate health practices promoting healthy respiration. And the teaching and learning activities, output advocacy poster on short skit promoting respiratory wellness. And the assessment test, performance rubric evaluation for criteria, message clarity, and creativity relevance. And to summarize our discussion, we should always remember that the intended learning outcome, this is the goal of learning, and instruction, this is the way to achieve learning, and for the assessment, this is the proof of learning. So, in addition, in the essence of constructive alignment, it ensures that you teach the student what they need to know and then test them on exactly what you have taught them and what you said they would learn. Do you put into practice constructive alignment in preparing your lessons? So at this time, we'll have a short assessment. So get ready with your cell phone and scan the QR code that you can see on our screen and start answering now.